Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Friday, May 17th, 2024. Oh my God, May 17th, 2024. It's been a big week. May is a busy week in the O'Prey family. A lot of dates come and go in May. Most recently, May 15th, 2 days ago, May 15th, big day. It was Dad O'Prey and Mom O'Prey's anniversary. Dad O'Prey and Mom O'Prey's anniversary. It was also the day that Papa O'Prey had passed away. As a kid, I never put 2 and 2 together. That lost my grandfather on the day of my parents' anniversary. Also, no, wait, I'm sorry. Papa O'Prey didn't pass away on that day, did he? No. Wait, because it was also the birthday of Mom O'Prey's niece from her sister, who also passed away quite young. Okay, the sister might not have passed. It was also the birthday. It was a very sad. It was a day that had started off as a very good day, first it was my parents' anniversary, who was my father was my first, the first of his generation to get married, um, from his parents. Um, Mama Pray, on her side, of course, things were different. Her family was different. Dad O'Prey was the oldest of three kids. Mom O'Prey was in the middle, um, though the youngest of of um, let's put it this way: Dad O'Prey was the oldest of three kids, where the oldest and the youngest, I guess, was about 6 years difference, whereas Mom O'Prey was um, Mom O'Prey, you were the youngest of three.
And then my mother passed, my father remarried.
Then your father remarried, and there was,
They had a baby together.
and then they had, yes, and an additional aunt,
And two step.
and you had two stepbrothers that also added to the family. But the difference in age between you and your oldest natural born sibling,
Between me and Aunt Ricky,
yeah,
almost 17 years.
oh yeah, almost a 17-year difference in age. Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
my grandmother and my grandfather from my mother's side were much, much lower in having kids, spacing out the children. They did a 7-year, had one child, my oldest aunt. Then they waited 10 years, 10 years to have a second child, who was then my older uncle. And then they waited another almost 7 years to have Mom O'Prey. And then, unfortunately, a few years after Mom O'Prey was born, her mother passed away, and her father, thinking he was doing what was best for Mom O'Prey, remarried quickly, and exactly a year later, and had another baby with that woman.
There was 7 years between me and Aunt Matt.
Oh, okay. So he didn't have the baby right away. There was another 7 years. Oh, they did have the baby right away. Oh, okay. You were 6 when they got married. So, in spite of her, so when Mama Prey was 7, she had a little baby sister who she adored and took care of literally from the very beginning with her life. And Mama Prey misses her to this day. But we were starting out, Mama Prey, with the days today being a lot of big days this week in the family. So the 15th was
Would have been
the anniversary, 48th, Mama O'Prey and Dad O'Prey, 48th anniversary. Now, is that also 30 years since we lost Papa
on
O'Prey?
the 14th.
Oh, on the 14th, okay, the 14th was 30 years since we lost Papa Opre. Then the next day was the anniversary, and also a birthday of Mama Opre's sister's child. 54.5 Access Radio says Birds Confessionals, Mein Go. Mein Gott? I don't know what Mein Gott means, but I can do a quick translation and assume I think you're right. Not Ryan Johnson says hello, Kapla. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. The Traveler says greetings to early birds. Greetings, Traveler. Josh Meyer says, I remember when Bird confessed to having a professional cuddler once. I had the professional cuddler more than once. Richie Poole with 4 or 5 alpacas in the chat. Kapla, Richie. Richie Poole says, we now know why the red light district always featured so prominently in Bird City Skylines design. It damn well, Richie. It's the best places. Oh, Mama Frey has a red light story. Uh-oh. Okay. A small story. You want to tell it now? Okay. You'll forget it in 5 minutes. Come on up, Mama Frey. Camera's off. Camera is off. Mama Frey is coming up to tell her red light
Yes.
story, which, as you can tell, we did not discuss ahead of time.
No. It's a quick story. Okay. When I was, I don't know, maybe 20, I had an apartment. Not the one I had the fire in. This was another one. And it was in a 2-family house, and the entrance was on the side of the house. And there was a light fixture outside. And I knew that the white light always brought bugs, and I didn't want, flying flies and mosquitoes coming into the house when I opened the door. So I put a red light bulb there. I liked red. It was a nice color. Yeah. And I left it there. And I had no clue. I had no clue what it stood for. No, men were not knocking on my door. But a few people, so I say, why the red light? I said, oh, I like red. Doesn't it look pretty? Like a fool. I had no clue. Finally, one of my neighbors told me what it represented. I quickly changed it to a yellow bug bulb. But yeah, I went through that. I mean, I must have had it there a couple of weeks before somebody had the nerve to tell me what it meant. I had no clue. So that's my red light story. That's all there is. But I hope everyone has a good weekend. I know it's Friday. I'm getting better at remembering my days.
And 9 months later, I was born.
No, you were not. No, this was long before you or Dad O'Prey. This was me all by myself.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure the timing was right.
Think about it. I said I was about 20.
I
know, you know.
I know.
Okay. Have a good day, evening, whatever it is where you are. Bye, guys.
Thank you, John Araki, with a 99-cent super poop super sticker. By the way.
It was with a red light bulb.
Captain's log, stardate
Captain Kirk
741.1.
laughing himself.
Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
Laughing himself, senseless. Miss Lundell's groovy movie says Kapla. Kapla, Miss Lundell. He bet. Huh? I'm not 100% sure. Texas, somewhere. You said Houston? the storms. I don't. Houston had some storms. He seemed okay. He was streaming this. He was in the backstage, the underground this morning. Mama Frey was worried about you, Mr. Londell, and the storms in Texas. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Bird, I am concerned for the bear. I hope you didn't take him to the clubs and the brothels. Okay, so the teddy bear that is in the thumbnail. Funny part about that. It's not my teddy bear. In fact, that picture never happened. I did not pose with that teddy bear. Now, that teddy bear picture was created by a person who I don't even remember who did it exactly, but it was created around 2007, maybe even early. Actually, it was maybe around 2004. Yeah, that picture is around 2004, maybe 2005, but close to 2004. No, wait, wait, even older than that, circa 2002. That teddy bear picture was created around 2002. Back when I owned my, I still own it, the web forum, JUOT.net. But when it was a much bigger, more popular forum than it is now. Somebody created that Photoshop, and for reasons I will get into once I get through some of the chat first. But yeah, that's where the teddy bear comes from. I don't have the actual bear. John Meyer says, remember long ago, Anti-Tracker would call Bird a mob boss. Well, mob boss have prostitution rings. Just saying, yep, I don't show up much, but I am old guard. Lol. And welcome, John. And he would say those things, but I do not have a prostitution ring. I will admit I do not. I might have liked to, but I don't. Hakeem says, Kapla, Bird and all. It sounds like it's going to be a juicy episode. Can't wait. Rich, well, that was the point. That was the point to get people here. Hakeem. Richie Poole says, hey, Bird Prey 5. There was a very touching reference to Wrath of Khan and last night's tearful Young Sheldon finale. I heard about it, and I actually have an article about the finale up to talk about if we will talk about that too. And LDG at hashtag free the net says cute thumbnail. Well, LDG, of course, it is a cute thumbnail, and that thumbnail was created by Mr. LDG, hashtag free the net himself. I showed people the picture that was created of me holding the bear, and in about 20 seconds, LDG turned it into a thumbnail, and somebody had the idea to put it on the holodeck background, and it took shape. And from that photo, I decided to do this stream where I figured I would pair it with my first legal brothel attempt, which is where the photograph comes from. And that doesn't make any sense. Why are you have a teddy bear in a story about a legal brothel? And I'll explain it. I'll explain it. It all comes together. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, brother warrior, bird of prey 5. All should hail Karoga. They should. They should. The traveler says, hurry up, bird. We can't wait all day. I'm sorry, traveler. Richie Fool says, I wonder if Bird still sleeps with his teddy bear. I do not, since I don't have a teddy bear. When I had a teddy bear, it wasn't a bear. It was an elephant, and it was called Elefunky. And I did take Elefunky all over, but that was in the 3rd grade. LDG says, ready for some Bird. John Aragi says, why doesn't Bird have a lap today? A lap? Why doesn't Bird have a lap? I have a lap. John Araki and this 99-cent super poop super sticker. Thank you again. Max Richards, Mike Richards. Yeah, Max Richards. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. I was going to say Max Richards. Sounds familiar. Sounds like that other guy from Columbus, Ohio. Mike Richards, thank you. DJ Plain Ice says, we. And Addie Goes Places with a $5 super chat says, please use the money from the super chat to get a new teddy bear. Thank you, Addie. I don't need a new teddy bear, though. If anybody wants me to put the money to a new teddy bear, go ahead and like Addie's super chat. And if it gets to 20 likes, I still won't use it. I still won't use it to get a teddy bear. But it'd be really interesting to see it get to 20 likes. Oh, a lap teddy. Why doesn't Bird have a lap teddy? I see now. I see what you meant, John. Because I don't want one. The Traveler says, hello, world. It's Bird of Prey 5. Kapla. Schwario says, Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Schwario. Hope you are. And Schwario says, hope you all. Hello, you all. And the Traveler uses his 42-month Karogan Awesome super chat. Says, teddy bear for Bird. Teddy bear for Bird. And the Traveler is putting out teddy bear emojis for Bird. Mike Richards says, Max is my evil twin. We found his evil twin. Richie Fools says, I wonder if Bird still sleeps with his teddy bear. Most likely. Oh, we will way past. Schwario says, cool thumbnail. Thank you, Schwario. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. The Traveler says, where does the time go? Time to end the stream now. Traveler, I can't end the stream. Now it just started. Captain Fandom Nerd uses 26-month super chat. Says, teddy bear for Bird as well. Boy. Um, Schwario says from now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. You're going to make a profit. LDG says Bird is looking good. Oh, thank you. Yes, I am on camera today. Last minute change. And LDG says Bird is the word. This is his 29-month Rogan Orphan super chat. What's this? Hopefully, right, that's a little straighter, but I also have to I should have shaved. I should have shaved. If I knew I was going to go on today, I would have shaved my face. I'm not going to shave on. Shrario says, we the people. The king says, Kapla. Kapla the king. The traveler says, is Bird confused about the past? Well, that's the thing about the past, traveler. It keeps getting further and further back. Hemorrhoids hurts, says Nicole DeBoer in the intro, is so smoking hot. What a beautiful woman. She is indeed, although, to be fair, she has continued to age, whereas her introduction to the show has not. Hemorrhoids hurts says, my dad and mom have both died, but we got them a nice spot on the hill overlooking the paddock down to the house. What's a paddock? Oh, a paddock. That's how you spell it? I guess so. The traveler says it's almost like Bird comes from a large Italian family. Almost. Hemorrhoids Hurt says our family is very lucky that my mother wrote 3 books chronicling her life, my dad's life, and their life together. Oh, that's awesome. Great to see you, Bird. Great to see you, Hemorrhoids. Vasco Scenario is in the house. Says hello. Well, welcoming everyone. Welcome, Vasco. Mike Richards is Roots, the Karogans. LDG says Vasco. Says hi to LDG. DJ Play Nice says condolences to you and your family as the dates you memorialize pass by every year. Hashtag respect. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. Vasco Scenario says, that's awesome. I just completed 22 years of marriage. Congratulations to you, Vasco. Mom will pray and Dad will pray would have been 48 years of marriage had Dad will pray still been on this side of that mysterious door. The door through which all mortal men must eventually pass. Murder Hornet's in the house, says Yo. Welcome, Murder Hornet. I hope you're doing well. Vasco Scenario says yo. Lots of yo's going back and forth. LDG has a Mamo Pray rant. No, I don't think that was a rant. The traveler is throwing out Mamo Pray. And Richie Fool, a bunch of Mamo Pray emojis. John Myers says Bird is a serial cuddler. Lol, I am. 54.5 Access Radio says, Mein Gott equal my God. That's what I assumed. 54.5. The Travelers is Mamo Pray Tale. Hemorrhoids Hurts is laughing. The Travelers is Mamo Pray. You don't have to put on the red light. Hemorrhoids Hurts is an innocent time. How wonderful. The Travelers is Friday is the weekend to me. Hemorrhoids Hurts is also laughing. LDG says when Mamo Pray was 20, so 9 years ago.
Wow.
That's what. That was LDG. That's why she loves you, said LDG. Of course, first she said, that's why I love you, Deej. She thought I said Deej. But I see, this happens a lot. I say something and she hears what she wants to.
Oh.
The Traveler says, wait, Mama Bray isn't 20 anymore.
No, maybe not.
And Murder Hornet confirms Texas has storms. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello. Hello, Captain. And Forza Jersey with a $5 super chat says, Kapla, I went to the New Jersey Trump rally. It was awesome. The people were, it was a party atmosphere, and he was like 50 feet from me. You would have loved it, man. MAGA. He had a New Jersey rally.
Yeah, but where?
I'm not sure. Do you know where in New Jersey, Forza? Mom will pray is curious. I heard something about a rally, but I didn't watch it too closely because, whether the rally was a mile away or 500 miles away, it might as well be 500 miles away. Low specs Linux laptop kapla says, dang, we have to do something about that and set up Bird as a pimp. John Araki says hashtag mop 2024, hashtag pronurse. The Traveler says pimp Bird would be awesome. John Araki says created by LDG with support provided by, I assume that was going to say, provided by Geek Squad, yes. John Araki says, is Bird going to have to slap? And that's Forza Jersey's con video playing at the moment. And Captain Phantom Nerd also says hashtag Mambo Parade 2024. DJ Play Night says, when I had a bear, it was a bear. It was an elephant. When I had a bear, it wasn't a bear. It was an elephant. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. And it's true. Mike Richards says, Max is my evil twin. The Traveler puts some bears in for Bird. Addie Goes Places says, I have Joe's address. Let's pitch in and send him a giant teddy bear. No, we have a giant teddy bear. We had a giant teddy bear already and gave it to Sisso Prey. She has it now. I have pictures with the giant teddy bear. I gave it to her. I gave it to Sisso Prey immediately, and she left it here for years. And now, no, we have no room. We have no room for a teddy bear, unfortunately. Even if somebody did buy me a giant teddy bear, it would have to be thrown away.
No, big chocolate.
It would have to be thrown away. Well, I don't even think Cecil Frey would take it. He doesn't have room for a second giant teddy bear. So I literally it would go to the garbage. The Travis says, does anyone have a Teddy Klingon? Certainly not. What'd you say, Ronald Frey? A stuffed Klingon. No. Can Bird regift it to Charlie, says Mike Richards. That's the problem. He already has a giant teddy bear. Addie goes places, says, I am absolutely sending Joe a teddy bear now. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hail on Karoga. The Traveler says, a Spock plushie. Addie goes places, says, I remember when I used to super chat Joe, he would say, my good friend Addie. Well, not anymore. If you're sending a teddy bear, exactly. The Traveler says he was good, too big to recognize. He was good. He was good, too big to recognize us small people. He has gotten too big to recognize us small people, says the Traveler. The Traveler says, what's a pata? I don't know. What's a pata with you? Pop Culture Curator says, hello, guy. I got Kapla, Pop Culture Curator. Hope you're doing well. Cinnabon Bunny says, hello. Kapla. Kapla to Pop, Kapla to Cinnabon. Hello. I've been loving Cinnabon doing his fire streams. He's literally burning down the forest in his backyard. And he's also planting shit. Like, wow. Gardening. He's making streams from gardening. Kronos. Kronos is in the house. Kapla Kronos. Not my house. I assume he's in Kronos's house. JP's is here too. Says, what's up, Bird? Kapla JP's. Forza jerseys. Wildwood. That was where it was. Wildwood, New Jersey. I tell you, as long as it's not Westfield, that would be too close to Cecil Frey. What if Cecil Frey found out Charlie liked Trump? Oh no. What would she do? What would she do? Take him to a doctor? I'm going to ask Cecil Frey. What would she do if Charlie comes out as a MAGA supporter? What would she felt that she failed him in some way, or would she finally be open to listening to the truth? Chrono says, hey to Mamo Pray. Hey. The Travelers' MAGA party is the best choice. JP says, Hackensack. Forza says, 100,000 people were there. Well, I mean, that's nice, but you get 100,000 people at a football game too. It's not a hard thing to get 100,000 people in a state with millions of people. Chronos says, Bird can walk 500 miles, and he can walk 500 more.
You can walk?
Apparently. Kronos knew that. Now, Kronos says he's going to hell. You're typing. No, you won't, Kronos. No, you won't. LDG says Lowell Geek Squad is my competitor, but not for long. I heard they're hurting bad. Kronos' bird is still catching up on the chat, of course. Kronos, of course. Arabic Saunders says kapla, kapla, Arabic. Kronos' bird needs a real snuggle buddy. I agree. I agree. Bird, the travelers' bird is saying, stop sending me shit. I just don't want anybody to waste money on stuff I really can't use. Arabic Saunders says kapla, Captain Fandom Nerd. Kronos says teddy bear share. JP says bird, send bird a teddy bear with a giant boner. No, please, please do not. Kronos says curator is here. Yes, pop culture curator is here. Hakeem says, how about one of those girl body pillows? Girl body pillows? I know. Do you mean body pillows for girls? Shaped like a girl pillow. I know of dolls shaped like girls that you inflate. I didn't know of pillows shaped like girls. It seemed like they would get dirty too quickly. And Kronos says, lol, they make those? Yeah, I don't know. Kronos says, I don't have a map. I don't think you need a map. Kronos says, Sis O'Prey is a commie. Question mark? That's a good question mark. Tabascos is laughing at JP's. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies says Charlie is a MAGA supporter. Question, it's his uncle's influence. Well, maybe, might be his father's too. We don't know. Right? We don't.
I sent Charlie for Halloween.
Do I remember the shirt you sent Charlie for Halloween?
He wanted to be a number.
He wanted to be a number? A specific number, that's right.
When he called the other day.
When he called the other day, he was wearing that shirt. And he wore it to school. Oh boy. That was hate speech. Oh, or maybe she put it on after he came home from school. Oh, okay. JP's has trained Charlie to say Trump 2024.
Charlie, I wouldn't do that.
Mama Pray wouldn't do that to him. I would upset his mother, and God forbid they went out to someplace. He's got to live with her, but also he doesn't need some someone getting mad at him who doesn't know him. Kronos is Superman. My mom doesn't live in Hackensack. Oh, that's right. The Superman movie. Kronos says, yeah, they do. They can get a pic of AOC on it, lol. JP says Hackensack is such a cool name. Kronos says AOC is hot. The bird. The traveler says, okay, guys, Bird only likes funny t-shirts for gifts. Well, I can use t-shirts. That's the thing. I have plenty of t-shirts that I retire. I can use new t-shirts. Forza Jersey says that 100,000 was among the largest political rallies in U.S. history and the biggest in New Jersey history. Sure, it's not huge by sports standards, but it's gigantic in politics. It was Wildwood, New Jersey, on the beach. Awesome. Kronos says Charlie is smart. He is indeed. Blow up dolls are so passe. Get him a full on silicon woman of Christie Canyon. Kronos says, hey to Forza. Blow up bears with dongs, says Kronos. No. Forza says, hey to Kronos. JP says, yes, 69. The Traveler says, Berto Prey 5. The man, they mean a body pillow with a picture of a hot woman on it. We will order you your AOC pillow. Hemorrhoids Hurts with a $2.99 super chat says, Dax me if it pleases the chat. I hope it pleases the chat. We'll see. We will see what happens. Forza says, hey to the chat. Forza says, Charlie will be the next Trump. Lol. Oh, I hope it doesn't take another 60 years for Charlie to become the next Trump. Cronos says, type faster. No. The Traveler says, Charlie post 2064. Midnight's Edge After Dark says, how's it going? Kapla, Midnight's Edge After Dark. It's going well. We're just about to start. I'm just about to start the tale of my first experience. My first experience with a legal brothel. Well, this was my first experience with anything. Be it a brothel, strip club, or the like. I said this would go back to about 2001 or 2002. Now, I had graduated college in December of 2000. So I made it all the way through college. All right. And there it is. Hemorrhoids Hurts got the kissing Dax. Holy shit. Congratulations. And that is a great, great sign of what's to come. I am sure. Congratulations, Hemorrhoids Hurts. Okay. So I made it all through college without ever going to a strip club or the like. Just certainly never had the money or the desire. In college, I certainly never had the money because I didn't have any. I wouldn't say I was poor through college, but I wasn't rich. I didn't have a job, and times were tough. And everything, I knew I was working on. I had loans. I had loans. I knew I had loans, and the loans would pay for the college costs, but really not much else. And I had one credit card that I was using, and it was a crazy amount of credit that they gave me because I started that credit card when I was 15 years old. And at this point, well, if they're calling, then they can refund all that money. No, I don't. Can you pick it up?
Hello? Hello? Go back.
Sorry, I got a phone call, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something I had to take. Hammer Third says, "Wow, what are the odds?" Says Kronos. Not pretty good, pretty good. Forza says, "Wow, Midnight's Edge, you're big time now." I'm Tom comes around. Tom comes around from time to time. He's still here. Okay, the bird lived in a red light district. Still likes Esri more. JP says, Matt, you just have to act like you have money with the Rippers. The Rippers. Ford says, I'm not paying for Bird's tuition. No, you're not. You're not, because I paid that off, Kronos. I when I didn't have to. Yeah. When I didn't have to pay it off, I had paid it off. I feel like an idiot too. Like if I could have not paid it and just waited, and eventually our president would have paid it off for me.
If you become totally disabled.
Right. If I had become totally disabled, it would have been something I didn't have to pay. It would have been forgiven, even under the old rules.
We didn't know.
But we didn't know that at the time. But also, the fact is, I'd already paid back 99% of the. I'd already paid back 99% of my loans before I became totally disabled. Yeah, and once I did become disabled, let's just use some of that money to just finish paying off the loan, because it's like I don't want this chasing after me my entire life. It's just a couple $1,000s left at that point. But truth be told, even that last couple thousand, I didn't technically have to pay. But whatever, forget it. Forget it. Okay. So where are we? We're starting. You need to what, Uncle Fred? Yes, oh, Fred. It's okay. What's up?
No.
Oh, I thought you said, could I? Oh. Okay. Well, I'm killing the camera. Here we go. 2001, I am running a web forum that is, I don't want to be, but it's pretty popular forum. It's called Joe's Ultimate Off Topic. It sprung from jeepsunlimited.com, which was the most popular Jeep enthusiast web forum of the day. But then it got bought out by a company called Four Wheel Drive Hardware. And the biggest section of the website was the off topic section. That was where anything except Jeeps was generally discussed. And that's where all my friends were. It was the biggest section of the website, the most popular section, but the company that bought the website was there to monetize it. And so they sold four-wheel drive hardware. And so it was very easy for them to monetize the technical sections of the website. But they couldn't figure out how to monetize the general discussion, because the general discussion, nobody's talking about stuff to buy for their Jeeps. They're talking about stuff to buy for other things, for Mother's Day, stuff like that, talking about barbecues, talking about, hardware, but not Jeep hardware. Anyway, after weeks and weeks of back and forth, and this new company also realizing they couldn't moderate the forums correctly, they decided we're going to shut down. We're going to just shut down our off-topic section. And like people, they're like, what? And like, this is the biggest section of your forum. This is, this is what draws in everybody else. And like, you can't do that. And they're like, no, we're going to do it. And I was the first one. I'm not, like I said, I wasn't the smartest coder out there, but I recognized that the first person out there who could get a copy, more or less, of what was being taken away from us, would have a big advantage of getting in on a forum that could get really popular really quickly. And so I was the first person to get us a forum of the same value that we had lost. Now, there were free ones out there, and a couple of guys did set up a free forum within the first 12 hours of the main forum coming down. But I was the first one that was willing to spend a couple $100 on getting the actual paid forum software set up again. So it was much nicer than the free forum software that other couple of people had done. And they were happy to push everyone to my forum once it was set up anyway, because they recognized that it was just a superior forum. And, frankly, I needed moderators and stuff. So I just brought them on board. And the point is, I was a forum king for a while. Like if I was head of Karoga, like Karoga would have been even bigger back then. And people at that forum, you know, they were mostly trolls. A lot of them were trolls, and I loved it because I was a troll too. We were all trolls, and yeah, oh yeah, I had back in the day when it was worth something. Now it's not worth anything. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry. You said that, and it made me think. Hmm, um, I'm sorry. Yeah, the forum. So there were trolls. Anyway, okay. Man, this sucks. Um, I miss beta, says Basco. Mike Richards misses basic. Oh, Kronos can't code. Mike Richards' JUOT doesn't stand for jump up on this. No, it stands for Joe's ultimate off topic. Working overtime is a good song. Bird's friends lived in Jeeps, says Kronos. It says, I miss the 80s. JP says, no, Beta was a shoe store. It says, Joe isn't the dictator of Kuroga. JP says, the only reason I know is because I worked at their sister store, Athletes World. Anyway. So the forum, full of trolls. But I was telling them how, you know, I was still an open book pretty much at the time. And, you know, I hadn't, we're at a time where I felt I needed more confidence. I knew I needed more confidence with the women, with the lady folk. And I had heard stories of guys in my position who would just say, F it, and go to a legal prostitute or sort and just deal with it. And things worked out themselves pretty quickly. And I was considering that, but you know, it'd have to be legal because I was a very paranoid person, still am in a way, and like I don't know that I could have dealt with the risk of doing something illegal, even if I think it shouldn't be. So the only place to do it legally was in Nevada, within the United States. I wasn't ready to go international at this point. So I had to go to Nevada, and well, the Nevada ranches, as they work, they have to be outside of Las Vegas, and they have to be outside of Reno. You can't go to either of those cities. So it's quite the drive from either place. So one of the things you can do is, at the time, you could bring up the ranch's websites and you could talk to the girls who were there for that month, and you could try to strike up a conversation, try to, try to get some idea of what they, talk to them a little bit. Because what you would do if you were there in person is all the girls would come out and you'd sit around the bar, and you're paying prices to the ranch for buying drinks, while you get to know the girls, and you pick a girl and you go back into the room with them, and you have your fun. So they had these web forums where you could also, like, much like my Jeep forum, but this was a forum for each ranch, and you could talk to the girls. And so I was telling the people on my site that I was looking at a couple of at a couple of these brothel websites. Now, I didn't tell them that I had created a name or anything. I just told them the name of a couple of places I was looking at, and I realize now I should never have done that, because they knew so much about me. My forum members knew a lot about me, and they also had access to a ton of photos of me. And so the next thing I know, I see on one of these, on the forums for one of the sites, is Birdo Prey 5. Now, the thing is, I did not sign up as Birdo Prey 5 on the site, but somebody else did. And they were using a picture, and they posted to the site something along, basically giving my history about how I was quite nervous, and I wanted somebody who would be able to. They went overboard. They were like, you want somebody to be able that would hold my hand, and then they and they were saying I am very nervous about posting my picture, and one of the women who had picked up on it, like, oh no, please post your picture. Don't worry, we won't laugh. And then somebody posted that picture of me holding the fucking teddy bear in a Starfleet uniform. Now, the thing is, there was no picture of me holding a teddy bear in a Starfleet uniform. Truth be told, that picture could never have existed, because I was probably another 100 pounds heavier than the guy in that picture. I actually thought, I wished I could have looked as good as that photo. but there was no way. There was no effing way. They had my head. The only thing real on me on that photo is my head. The entire rest of the body and the teddy bear, that's somebody else. They found somebody else's photo. They replaced their head with my head. And as Photoshops go for 2002, it wasn't that bad of a Photoshop. I honestly, do I know? I don't know for sure if they realized it was a Photoshop or not. I'm guessing they did, but if they did, they didn't break character. They were like, oh, that's wonderful. No, I would definitely give you special treatment. Definitely. And like all these girls are like, no, yeah, no, definitely come. We'll give you special treatment. And like honestly, they're all like, yeah, no, we can they were willing to role play as Star Trek characters. And I I spooked. I got spooked and I had to I got there, I went to Vegas, but I did not go to I did not end up going to I don't know what the ranch was. And in hindsight, I'm more happy I never went to those ranches because I think now that they probably had everything videotaped, and I I certainly did not want. I certainly would not have wanted to find out I was being videotaped in a ranch. LD Jesus, extra happy time. Did you have your green makeup on, you bird? Orion, one of them. No, no, I never. But the point is, that's where the thumbnail. That's where the thumbnail comes from. Now, as for strip clubs and prostitutes, those come later. So the next year, I'm down for my job, or actually, no, that same year, I start going to San Diego, California, for my job regularly. And I don't know, maybe the second or third time I'm down there. I have to understand not half the company, but half the people I dealt with were, although they were New Yorkers, they were staying in San Diego 6 months out of the year. So I would be the only one I was the only one of my group who was coming home like every 2 or 3 weeks. I'd go home for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then I'd go back out to San Diego. Then I'd fly back. I'd fly back again. And anyway, we decide we decide we're finally all going to go to Tijuana, Mexico, and I this is 2001. And probably just after the events of Las Vegas, where I didn't end up going or doing anything adult sex wise. So the first strip club I end up at is in Tijuana. And man, considering what would happen later on, it is filthy. It is a filthy, filthy environment. Did you have Anti-derivative Jill is in the house with a plane landing. Chrono says, I like tequila and the song. They all went titty twisted, says JP's. Tabasco says white or gold tequila. Chrono says no adults here. LDG says I'm a fan of gold tequila, I must say. Basco says me too. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Chronos is blue agave. All the tequila is blue agave. It's okay, LDG, even if there is more chat. I'm just going to start talking again once I'm ready. Okay. Oh. So 2001, Tijuana, dirty place. I mean, physically dirty. I mean, also the things you can do, like were dirty. Later on, I'd find that strip clubs have like standards. Like you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't touch the girls here or there. These strip clubs, it's like whatever the fuck you do seems to go. Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say it. And I'm pretty sure you guys all know this already. Let's come on camera. Okay. I like boobies. I do. I love the boobs. And this strip club in Tijuana, there was this lady who was very well endowed. And she comes and she sits on my lap. And she is thrusting the boobs into my face. And she did not mind me touching her boobs, handling them. I went to town. I went to town on the boobs. I was like, the licking, the sucking. I am being completely honest. Yes, yes, it was just and it was free. I mean, I was paying her a couple bucks to sit there, but this wasn't like come back in the back room for, 50 bucks or something. This was just, and I like other people were doing it too. That's why I wouldn't have done it if I didn't, but other people were doing it to other ladies. I'm certain that I was the first guy to do that to this woman that night, because if I wasn't, I would just feel super dirty. But at some point, the dirtiness doesn't matter. You work over it. And like the guys I went down with, some of them were just cracking up. Some of them were shocked, but the smarter guys were cracking up because some of the guys like, Joe, I didn't think you had it in you. The other people knew what was in me, and they're like, yeah, he likes the boobs. And unfortunately, again, at this time, maybe it's unfortunate, maybe it's not. Maybe it was for my own safety. I didn't have enough money yet to have enough money to keep on me that I would have been able to go to the VIP room where I could have paid for substantially more services. But the problem was I honestly didn't think ahead to bring money with me that night because I didn't think, I didn't even think we'd be going to a strip club. And the one thing I wasn't going to do was go to an ATM in Tijuana. That much I knew. That much I knew for certain. Whatever cash I went with was cash I brought from north of the border. Had I known, had I had the inkling, I would have brought a hell of a lot more. But when we first went down, we were just going to drink. And I wasn't even going to drink. I was just like going to be there to hang out because I didn't really drink at the time. But man, once we saw that place, oh, I wish I had $100 more. But maybe not, because well, I know I would have gotten into a lot of trouble with $100 more. And so we go to then the time that I go to a strip club with all intents and purpose. Oh, yes, I'm going to bring money to have a good time. Unfortunately, that time wasn't going to happen. We tried to go, but we got busy at work. And so when it did happen the next day, it was actually a day I wasn't even supposed to still be there. It was the day that the plane crashed into the Rockaways after 9/11 here in New York City. It was the next month, 2 months. No, it was November 12th. Yeah, November 12th, I believe. And so I decided to stay a little longer in San Diego. And so I didn't fly home on my birthday, which was November 13th. But my friend and I went down to Tijuana again. And we were this wasn't this is a let's just go to a strip place and see what happens. But instead of that, he's like, oh, um, the taxi drivers work with the basically we were just trying to get prostitutes. Of course, neither of us had any experience doing so, except what we read on the computer. So they said, okay, you go, you tell the taxi driver what you want, they'll bring you someplace, and they get they wait around. They get it's basically all in one. They bring you, you hang out, they get you a couple of beers. They come back when you're done. They bring you home. Okay, fine. The problem was it was me and my friend. Now, my friend, okay, understand. I at this time, even though by all logic, I was probably looking fairly decent at this point in my life. I mean, this was like 2001. Yeah, this is 2001. I looking back at my photos from 2001, I certainly could. There were certainly uglier people roaming here. I was probably damn near my prime. Okay, but for whatever reason, I had terrible body image problem. I thought I was ugly as fuck. And my friend who was with me, not that he was particularly attractive, but he had had quite a few girlfriends in the short time I knew him, and his girlfriends were goddamn hot. So for whatever reason, I assumed he was a far more attractive person than I was. And so when we go to a place and they bring out the ladies, and you pick who it is you're going to, do what you're going to do. Now, this is under the gauge of a massage parlor. You're going to get a massage. And then what happens after that, that's up to you and your masseuse. So we go, the taxi driver drops us off, gives us both a beer. Now, I don't drink beer, so I keep the can. I figured keep it till later, whatever. So he gives us each a can of beer. The ladies come in. There is one attractive, young-ish, 20ish something year old woman. And like another 8 or 9 older, heavier, uglier women. Not disgusting, but not at all exciting at all. And of course, my friend immediately chooses the hot. And I was pissed. I wanted to tell him, hey, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. You're coming out here on my birthday. But the other part of me was like, she probably, like in my mind, I could see the, I could see that she was happy, that she got picked by the cute guy. I don't know. I just, that's what I figured. That's what to this day, looking at this relief in her face, I feel like she was just happy that she got picked by the cute guy. Now, these days, I realize she might have just been relieved that she got picked by the small guy. It wasn't something I was thinking at the time. But in the life of a sex worker, the, 5'8", average looking dude might have been preferable to the 6'4" man bear looking creature that was in front of her. Maybe, who knows? But so I got to choose from the betas, if you will. And the woman I got had zero sexual interest to me. She was just not that attractive. She wasn't old, but she was old enough. When you're 20, when you're 22 or 23 years old, and somebody's 35, maybe, that's old. That's old to you. Now, I'm sure she'd be hot. But at the time, the woman was not attractive to me. She was older, and she just wasn't pretty. And I'm like, well, shit. And so I was like, well, fuck, I really just have no desire to do anything with this lady except get the back rub. So we did a back rub, which is what I had paid for. And then, she was like, oh, extra, blah, blah, blah. And I said, no extra. And she got annoyed. And I ended up back in the waiting room. And my friend came out about 15 minutes later. He was all happy. And I was like, oh. And he's like, I had my beer with me. He said, "You gonna drink that?" I was like, "Nope." Here you go. Had got to drink. He was super happy, and we left. And it wasn't until we got back across the border that we started talking about it. He had no idea. I was like, he's like, "Nope, I didn't." He said, "What do you mean?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Did you use the shower?" I said, "No, I didn't use the shower." I was like, I didn't do anything." Then he felt bad. But again, probably for the best, because God knows, God knows what could have been going around. Resolute says, "Let him have her bird. You take all the others." That was the thing. Again, I didn't want to take too much money, but I didn't have. It turned out that it was a little bit more. It was a little bit more expensive the second time around, uh, meaning that I think these guys knew what we were doing, and they had already accounted for already accounted for us being thinking we knew what we were doing, and they were going to take advantage of it. JP says, "Could have waited for sloppy seconds." Little man there. Basco is the song "I'm in Love with a Stripper." Crow says, "Was it worth it? Poor girl." JP says, "I bet she could have made some awesome food." Probably. Probably. I should have had her cook something. Crow says, "Bird is too picky." I was. Springtime, the Bird of Prey 5, will you talk about bird plan? About the bird plan, aka what is Mama Bray cooking for dinner? Mama Bray isn't cooking anything for dinner yet. She hasn't cooked anything yet. Hakeem says you should have sent her home happy. JP says, and then the crotch crickets kicked in. See, no, there were none, thankfully. So I those parts didn't come together. Okay. So then, oh wait, there was a time. Um, hmm,
It's okay, sister.
we gonna deliver? I don't know. Okay, actually, that was not the first strip club I was in. Or no, it was. It was, but it was in 2000, not 2001. Yes. Yes, and I know why, because 2001, I know the day. This is right. 2000. The plane crash was 2001, but before that, I was at a strip club in New York City. The very first time I was at the New York City strip club, which was not the first time I was at a strip club. I was at what's it called? Oh, I forget what it was called, but it's a pretty famous strip club. Because it was the night before 9/11. It was my friend's bachelor party, and we ended up at the strip club, and I still have the uh, the matches, that they were giving out back because you could still smoke in strip clubs at times. I still have the matches out somewhere on display in my house. Anyway, that was the night. That was the night before 9/11. So that was September 10th. September 10th, 2001. I was there, and that was where you learn the rules, the American rules. That it was. You could look, but not touch. Um, and now, if the girls wanted you to touch, that's up to them. But you couldn't touch, and it's $20 a song, and it was definitely nothing. You could go to the VIP room, but there was nothing. You weren't going to have any type of special. There was no specials treatment in the VIP room. Let's put it that way. Um, Chris uh, Chris Rock did did a skit or a song in that time in the 90s, early 2000s. Well, there's no sex in the champagne room. No matter what a girl tells you, there is no sex in the champagne room. And it's just, he kept going, no matter how she says it, no matter what she claims, no matter whatever they say, there is no sex in the champagne room. And that's absolutely true. No matter what they make you see, they try to make you think like like they try to make you think you pay enough money. If you go in the back to the champagne room, you'll get something. No, no, that is just a way of getting you to part with your more money more quickly. But there is no sex in the champagne room. But my God, these women, every single one of them, hotter than the next. There was plenty of women, plenty of attractive women uh, at a place like the New York, was it Topless? Top, top. Maybe it was just called Topless. I don't know. Whereas when you go into Tijuana and you go to, you see, here's the thing. Even in New York City, the strippers are 10 times more attractive than the prostitutes. The only other time I had interactions with an actual prostitute in New York City was, again, another friend's bachelor party. And this friend knew a guy. His name was, no, I probably shouldn't say his name. He may still be in business. But he had both strippers and he had prostitutes. And so the guy, he would bring a couple, to this day, I don't understand how this business model works for him. But he would bring a couple of attractive strippers and one ugly prostitute. I mean, fugly. Like, oh my God, like, why? Like, I feel bad for them. Why are you bringing them along? So he comes with the two attractive strippers. They do a dance, a routine, and they get trying to get the guys turned on. But then, for whoever wants to actually have sex, you have to have sex with the ugly prostitute in the bedroom. And no, I like, even I was like, no, I think I could do better if I was willing to. Even I could do better than that. I'm just not that willing. I'd rather not have sex at all. And so the guy got angry at us, like, because none of my friends, nobody wanted to have sex with the ugly prostitute. We all liked the hot strippers, and to this day, I'm pretty sure they've ruined my pair of glasses. I was wearing glasses, and the girl put her legs around my face, and she yelled out something called pussy vision. And she picked out my glasses and she rubbed them all over her crotch. I had to clean the glasses for like 10 minutes to get all the fucking juices and shit off. And my friend was hysterical laughing at that. He thought that was funny. And it was, to a point. But then the next day, the fucking glasses broke in half. They just broke in half, like something had been eating away at them. And, of course, the next day was 9/11. So goes. But yeah. Do hookers understand inflation? This was in the year 2000. I'm guessing that it's got to be $50 now. I don't know. Were they totally nude? No, Kronos. They couldn't be totally nude. New York City is a lot like California. You can be totally nude if there's no alcohol. But since all these places make all their money, a lot of money from alcohol, they could only be topless. They had to wear a bottom. Hakeem says hookers should take a coupon, at least have a punch card. After 5 dates, you get a BJ for free. It's not how it works. Ernest says, go in the back. I prefer vodka. Hakeem says vodka is the best, especially the 100 proof. JP says, I loved when our local strip joint would have the regulars, and then weekly they'd bring in the porn stars. Yeah. Pop Culture Curator says, hotter than next or hotter than the last. Sounds disappointing. The New York City ones were hotter than the last. Bruno says, oh no, not sloppy. Bird is telling a very long tale, says Kronos, in the bedroom. Kronos says, she's got legs. She knows how to use them. JP is lolling. She broke the glasses. Andrew Jill says she must have had a bad pH balance. Yeah, I guess. Carl says, this is why I have trust issues. Mike Richards is so demonetized. JP says, kind of completely, in Canada, completely nude, even when serving alcohol. Yes, that is the one thing I prefer about you Canadians. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Okay. Executive producer Sal Leibowitz says, Kapla, Virgo Pray, happy Friday. Kapla, executive producer Sal Leibowitz. So other than what do we have? Other strip clubs we had. There's one out in Long Island that we used to drive past. And we went in it once, maybe twice. It was a dirty place. It was everybody who was coming was like in sweatpants, which is like if they're coming in sweatpants, they put in way too much thought into the process. Where people coming in wearing jeans, they clearly were not intending to go to the strip club that night. But it is what it is. Anti-Derivative Jill gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Anti-Derivative Jill. And Kronos got the gifted Anti-Derivative Jill membership. That's awesome. Congrats to Kronos. And he says, thanks, Jill. Hakeem says strip clubs in Japan are more fun than sexy. That's cool. Andrew Jill says, hooray, I gave Kronos a membership. That's exactly who I wanted to get it. You're welcome. And Kronos throws out a bunch of Mamo Pray emojis and says, woohoo, I hit the lotteries, says Kronos. You did indeed. So then there was yet another strip club that I'd been doing. This one was the most interesting of all because it wasn't so much by work, but it was closest to work. It was in the Bronx. And I used to work in New Rochelle, which is a county just north of, which is Westchester County. But it's also a town that's just north of the Bronx, New York. And at the kind of the top of the Bronx, so not too far from where I used to work, was strip club called Sue's Rendezvous. Sue's Rendezvous. I don't know how we ended up there, but me and my friend from work, we'd often joke about going there for, I don't know, I was worked there 9.5 years. So I would say for 7 years, we were joking about going there. And then one time, like, hey, why don't we just go? And it was at the point where I had become, I had become quite confident at this point in my life and whatnot. So I said, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Unfortunately, I mean, it was during work, so it was midday on a weekday, like lunchtime on a weekday, instead of going to the local, restaurant. We went down to Sue's Rendezvous, and we did that a few times, and we stopped. We, it just he was married, number one, so he wasn't interested in participating in any type of one-on-one activity with the ladies. I mean, I'm sure he was interested, but he wouldn't show it if he was. He was a good man in that respect. But he would just laughing with me because I had no shame. But yeah, good time. Anyway, then we got tired of doing that. Realized that I was wasting a hell of a lot of money to not have sexual relations with those women. Mhm. Me and Bill Clinton. They're just trying to pay for college. I know, Kronos. What day is today? Asked Kronos. Kronos says sandwiches with 2 gals would be interesting. Today is Friday. Kronos. Anyway, I think we are going to call it a day here. Moses, bird is not the prez. Not yet. Not yet, Kronos. Not yet. Anyway, guys, thank you all for hanging out. I'm sorry this story didn't come together as well as I hoped. Just not feeling up for the I don't know. Not feeling up for it completely. Maybe we'll try another time. Oh, dear Bops. Oh, right. Oh, geez. Wait, you're right. No, Mike Richards is correct. Is correct. No, wait, Kronos, don't wait. Don't leave unless you want to. Later. Yeah, before I start, dear Bob. Do we have pasta still? Do we have pasta still? It's
What we had is just a little bit. I can make breakfast.
all right. I just want some pasta. That's fine. That's fine. With not with the cheese, then with just a little sauce, I guess. Sure. Okay. Okay. Mom will make some pasta. And Andrew Joseph, thanks for sharing, Bird. And the stories were all related at least. Kronos would like lasagna. Well, no lasagna today, Kronos. Okay. Oh yeah, there's actually quite a few things I wanted to bring up. It's Endangered Species Day, National Pizza Party Day, National Walnut Day, Bike to School Day, International Child Helpline Day. Child Helpline Day takes place annually to celebrate the work of child helplines. Are these children conscripted to provide help over the phone? International Day Against Homophobia and Transphobia and Biphobia. Biphobia? Who has any hate for biphobia? Is this International Day of Against Kissing Dax phobia? It is. International Virtual Assistance Day. NASCAR Day. National Bike to Work Day. What if your job is a NASCAR driver? Then you're supposed to bike to your NASCAR job? National Cherry Cobbler Day. Wow. Wow, you know what I'm thinking. If apple pie is what it feels like, cherry cobbler is what it looks like for a couple of days each month. National Defense Transportation Day. National Graduation Tassel Day. It's time to relive your favorite graduation day memory. No, but fucking throwing those, I never threw mine in the air because I didn't want it to come down and hit somebody in the eye. I kept mine on as for protection. Plus, I wanted my hat. I didn't want to throw my hat away. I wanted my hat to keep. National Idaho Day. Hey, Idahoans, today we celebrate you. National Linda Day. That's not Linda. National Mushroom Hunting Day. Mushroom hunting. National Pink Fix Day. With the guidance from experts and your own learning, you can make wise decisions about your money. Why do I have a feeling that this is about women? NF Awareness Day. Help raise awareness of neurofibromatosis to support research to end this condition. Fibromatosis Awareness Day. Pack Rat Day. Get rid of the old and make with space for the new. Pinot Grigio Day. Shades Day. That's like shades, eyeglass, sunglasses. Walk safely to school day. Wait, it's bike to work day, but walk safely to school day. And of course, in the walk safely to school day, they have a picture of a bicycle. Motherfuckers. Join us as we encourage Australia's tiny tots to ditch the bus and walk to school. It's only an Australian holiday. Walk to school safely. Don't let the dingoes get you. World Hypertension Day. And finally, World Information Society Day. Raise awareness of the internet and ICT so that we can bridge the digital divide. This World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. Sure. Andrew Joe says, how do you like them mushrooms? I like them. I like my mushrooms, professionally picked, professionally chosen. What, non pray? Sauteed. Yeah, but still the right mushrooms sauteed. Arabic Sanders is I see mushrooms. Chrono says, I biked and walked to school back in the day. 47 Yorktown says, hashtag, say no to osteopathy. Chrono says, the dingoes are annoying. Arabic says, you can't say no to osteopathy. Watch out for the drop bears as well, reminds JPs. Chrono says, they took my baby. Okay. So young Sheldon's finale dropped a shocking reveal and possibly solved Big Bang Theory inconsistencies. I'm not going to read this all, but they said, I thought the tears were over when young Sheldon featured George's Sr.'s powerful death in the previous episode. But tissues were still needed for the final 2 episodes. Yes, there's 2 more episodes, but I'm pretty sure they air back to back. So the final two episodes are called Funeral and Memoir. Weren't just tearjerkers, however, as the series finale episodes delivered some shocking moments and a potential explanation for inconsistencies with the Big Bang Theory. George's funeral played out in the first episode of the hour-long finale. And in the second, we saw the family moving forward weeks after the funeral with a flash forward featuring Jim Parsons as adult Sheldon and Mayim Balak as Amy. Turns out there was more that was going on in that first look at Parsons and Balak than we realized. But before we get to that, let's dive on the shocking reveal that made my jaw drop. The shocking reveal, and I'm not going to go into the whys or the whats, but Sheldon decided to get baptized. Dun, dun, dun. Yes. Okay.
Wait a minute. He wasn't baptized?
He hadn't been, apparently.
I think that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because they got the other kid baptized, but I think that they wait to get baptized till their kids can accept it. She only wanted to get him baptized. Right. She only got him baptized, the other baby baptized as a kid, because she was afraid he was going to get baptized Catholic first.
Yes.
So they rather be baptized early than Catholic. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's just head over to Dear Bob. Let's see what we got going on. Troy can't land the Enterprise D or E. And of Jill says, I think it's Riker's fault for putting Troy at the helm. Andrew Jill says, oh, damn spoilers. Just kidding. I stopped watching after season 1. Just kind of forgot about the show. Honestly, Andrew Jill, it's still a pretty fun show. I still enjoy it. Mom will pray and I watch it. We did watch it, but it's ending now. Although there's going to be a spin-off. There's going to be a spin-off from this show. It's going to be about Sheldon's brother, George and Mandy, not George and Gracie, mind you, George and Mandy, which has pretty much nothing to do with young Sheldon or Sheldon Cooper or anything to do with nerd culture, but we'll see what happens. Dear Bob, what is the hair pie and why in the world would anyone want to eat it? Aristotle. What is hair pie and why in the world would anyone want to eat it? Aristotle. You know, Aristotle, I would say that Hair pie might be the delicacy of a cat or a dog or some type of pet, but I don't think any humans are that interested in it. So. Dear Bob, do you get jiggy with it? I sure do, LeBron. It depends with what you're asking. Dear Bob, would you please do an entire Friday stream shirtless? I would appreciate it. If you do it, I will do it too. LDG. No, not interested. Dear Bob, please don't bop the bop, especially when reading Dear Bops. This public service announcement has been provided by the Dear Bop Appreciation Society. Dear Bob, please don't bop the bop. Dear Bob, please don't bop the bop, especially when he's reading Dear Bops. I will try not to. Dear Bob, hi, my name is Maria. I am from Tijuana. I want you to come visit me. I have a donkey for a friend too, so it's a fun time for you to watch us. Oh, my boobs are grande, just the way you like them. Hopefully, see you soon. Maria El Grande Tatas. Wow. Oh, Maria. 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 Uh, Chronos says lower decks. There's a very always a derpy spinoff. Andrew of Jill says Sheldon's brother. No one wants to see a show about the jock. Weird. That'll die after the first season. Well, they did a thing, Jill. He kind of took a turn. He's not really a jock anymore. He's a married father, and he's quite into business. He's going places. Mama Bray says she doesn't want to watch that show.
What?
You said you don't want to watch that show? Oh, you do want to watch it. But then again, she's an old lady. I think it's, we're going to watch it, I guess. I don't know for how long we'll watch it. Kronos is lolling at the hair pie. Nerds. Editor Jill says it's a spin-off of a spin-off. Exactly. Kronos says, can't girls just trim? JP says hair pie is next to the pink tacos. I know. Hakeem says hair pies can cause hair balls. Kronos says shave or wax. Kronos says I need vodka now. Bop, yeah. Okay. Arabic Santa says we haven't heard from Fang Fang in a while. We don't need to. JP says I thought her name was Consuela. Dr. Scotty says she sounds nice. Andrew of Jill says, oh, cool, character development is good. JP says jocks rule. Dr. Sky says, hey to Kronos. And Kronos says, who is going into the mirror universe? Pear pie, apple pie. I don't know what you're talking about. Mirror universe, pear pie. I know what the mirror universe is. Still make me drool, says Kronos. Jocks protect the family jewels, says JP. I thought cups protect the family jewels. Jock straps protect the family jewels. Okay. Anyway, guys, now we've gone through Dear Bob's. Thank you all for hanging out. Late start today, and sorry about that. The movie nerds. I know the movie nerds, Kronos. I know. Anyway, guys, Kapla all, bird out.